KIU, man. We back in this thing. Hey, KIU conversations, big baby. You know what I'm saying? We finna do another one on you, you know what I mean? King Cydal in the building, man. Y'all go get another one, man. Tune in and tell me what your favorite. Yeah, what's up with my peoples? You know we trying to keep it lit. Big Seth, my family. Locked in. Champ, you know how we do it. They wasn't there, big baby. Gonna do another one, man. KIU conversation. You know, we just be chopping game, exchanging game with some real ones, you dig? You know what I mean? If you ain't never tuned in, thank you for being here, man. You know, I'm just your favorite family member. Yes, that big. I'm waiting for my guy to come in. It look like they trying to let him pop in. You know what I mean? Do this like, I'll be doing this like twice a week, man. Chop it up with real ones, entrepreneurs, hustlers, grinders. You know what I'm talking about? Solid individuals. You know what I mean? That's what I be doing, man. Just trying to keep it lit. You hear me? Where my guy at, man? I know he coming. He coming. Oh, they hating. They trying to hate, but they can't stop us. I see they trying to hate. Come on, man. Insta, you know, Insta be trying to, you know what I mean? Let's see what's going on. Do it again. Hit it again. Yeah, man, I'm your favorite family member, man. Yes, yeah, be going to get you a good book, man. Like I tell peoples, man. They're going
Oh man,
champion.
hold on. What's going down with it, good
There you
brother?
go.
Yeah,
Hey, champion. Hey,
Li-
champion.
live and direct with the one and only, man. You know what
Come
I'm saying?
on,
The
man.
time has come.
I appreciate a champion, man. I appreciate a king.
Man, come on, man. Let's make this happen, man. You know what I'm saying? Long time coming. You know what I'm saying? And I see everything you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's dope to have you uplifting the people with just real ism. You dig what I'm saying? It's all just this Bay game at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Straight
But
like that.
you do it in a form of uplifting. You know what I'm saying? You ain't knocking them down as you bringing them up. You know what I'm saying? I do a little bit. I do a mixture of both, just so they can see all sides of it. But I love how you do it. You know what I'm saying? So continue doing what you're doing, good brother.
And I appreciate you as well, King. I see how you do it. I see that you know a lot of people, but you don't need a lot of people to move. You know what I mean? You handle your business, you stay grinding. You know what I'm saying? I notice I pay attention a lot too. You know what I mean? So I gotta salute you on that as well, man. And you keep your hands spread it out. You know what I mean? You don't pigeonhole yourself. I see you busting moves and shaking hands and you know what I mean, making plans and doing different things for yourself, bro. So I had to acknowledge that, and I see you as well, my brother.
Man, just a long time coming. I mean, we both was young in the game. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't taught. We just was seeing it, head on. You know what I mean? And you know, just let them know how long you've been in the game. You know what I'm saying? Appearing on music. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Let them know you ain't new to this either, though. You feel me?
You know, bro, I have been in this thing for a long time. Like, you know, I Smell Jealousy from Cougar, you know, that was like 1993 was my first appearance, my first time, you know what I mean, getting on waxing, you know what I mean, getting people to hear me. And then I think I did my first feature like 94 right after that, you know what I mean, on ATC All Too Critical. So I've been, you know, and Nut was like my big brother, you know what I mean? And the IMP and Cougar and the whole everything was in my basement at grandma's house. So, you know, I was around there forever, you know what I mean? And coming to EPA and at Totally Insane House with Nut and pulling up on Mac and Ad and just, you know what I mean, really getting the full play, the whole, you know what I mean, circumference, the whole thing. So I really been blessed to be around and see a lot too, bro. Yeah, you already know. You know what's up.
Yeah, man, tapped in, man. It's real game in the making, man. We gonna lace them, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it cracking. You know what I'm saying? I was talking with good brother Beeler. You know what I mean? I was letting him know we was gonna conversate. He said, let him know back when we was on the queue.
Straight like that. Oh yeah, no, yeah. hey, hey, listen. You know, you know, Unc is like, no, he is a rare one, man. So, off top that lineage, when I see he stamp you and see that, you a part of that tree just like I am, that already made it, you know what I mean, super, super connected. And then, other people tapping me in. But Unc, man, that dude is just he done been in mom's house, like you said, on the cube, man. Where's live and direct right now is live and direct then. I have Unc on Randolph and Lakeview on Q Street in Hunters Point. Unc is he a real one, man. He the truth like all the way around the board. I don't care if I see him in Dallas. I don't care if I see him in Sac in LA at the motorcycle. He big bro and he embraced me and he the real, you know what I mean? It don't get no realer than Big Bro. You already know that.
Man, super solidified. You know what I'm saying? Me and him, we go back to old school Octopus Lounge. I was performing. I was about 19, 20, early 20s, man. You know what I'm saying? I rocked it, and we stayed in touch. Lost his number, got it back again around 2013, and we've been locked in ever since.
How long have you
You
been
know what I'm
actually
saying?
doing the music with the block movement? How long? Like I know you said that. How long? When did y'all start actually doing projects and music and stuff?
Well, even prior to that, we had a couple of sessions where he had listened to some of the beats that I was making, but like I said, I had lost his connection. They don't know you going live. They be trying to call. You know what I'm saying? My bad. But
Yeah.
yeah. So even before that, we had met up a couple times, set up some sessions. But like I said, I had lost connection with him until 2013. I finally got a chance to run into him, got his contact. So I say from that point, you know what I mean. I started going around, and we started building a camaraderie and building a relationship or whatnot. And over the years it strengthened. And so I say around 2017 was when we made the official partnership.
Okay.
And then from then on, you know what I'm saying? I started, but I didn't cook. The first project that he put me on was it was the soundtrack D Shots movie. What are the chances? And I had two beats on there. No, matter of fact, three. It was one I did to the face for the Jack and Cousin Feek. The song is called Not the Old Me. And then I did another track co-produced with Ted Digital. That was with San Quinn and Galaxy Adams. Heavy Duty. Yep. And then there was one more that we did. Yep. So, you know what I mean? I was able to spread my wings and get some production credits on that. You know what I mean? So shout out to Big Bro and D-Shot, you know what I mean, for the opportunity.
What was one of your first big production placements? Would you say your first one that was like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm making moves?
When your boy got Turf to the Club on the radio. Shout out to Rich Rocker. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah. So we connected. He tapped in. You know what I'm saying? He slid to Mom's house. We went on ahead and crafted the song overnight, recorded it in the South City the next day, and it was on the radio in 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? It was on the radio. Big Vine broke it. Shout out to Big Vine. You know what I'm saying? And it was on 94.9 as well. So that was my first exposure, on a wide scale and around the Bay Area, as well as having some songs on my own that got on the radio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was the one that broke on the daytime scale, where it wasn't just, you know what I mean, a late night hour play. But it all counted, though. You feel me? But that was the one when the sun was out. Yeah, the sun was out when that one came out. You feel me? So yeah, shout out to the whole Fillmore, Frisco. You know what I'm saying? They really embraced me out there. You feel me? And so, once they gave me the sauce, the stamp, you know what I'm saying? I just kept, continue to elevate from there. And, I was introduced to a lot of boss tycoons at that time. I met a lot of Frisco. I met JT when I was like 16 at Hometown Buffet. You feel me? I waited till the man was done with his meal and spit a little verse for him, let him hear some music. So I met LaRon back then, LaRon Mayfield. You know what I'm saying? So I was meeting a lot of cats young that wasn't afraid to approach and network. No music. You know what I mean? Nothing just, you know what I mean? Nothing just a plan and
Yeah.
a want to do it. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I mean? I was creating avenues and relationships from way back then. They just kept telling me, to stay on your shit. And then, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Over the years, we just, built that relationship and got it, it all manifested, man. It's crazy how everything coming back around full circle.
Right.
Yeah.
Where do you think that confidence came from, bro, at a young age because, a lot of people don't get that confidence till later to either approach somebody who is a celebrity or spit their verse or whatever. Where do you think that confidence come from?
Probably seeing my brother do it and seeing how confident he was. You know what I mean? Shout out to my big bro, Cool Breeze. He was in the group Rated X, which was the first group out of East Palo Alto to come out. You know what I mean? So, he always had the sauce and the know-how, and he really gave me up on, how to perform, even from writing to, just crafting a song from front to back, you know what I mean? And just, he gave me the formula. It took about 7 years before that first album came out, just being a student and learning as I went.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just really, bro, just, he really just gave me a lot of the formula of, how to start it off and where to go with it from there. Cause it was a one time where I had a shoebox full of raps, and he said, I need you to take that shoebox right there and throw them away. You know what I'm saying? It hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt. But I took that hurt and turned it into some heat. You know what I mean? So, life lesson, you know what I mean? So shout out to Big
Straight
Bro.
like
He didn't just let me just come out with anything, So, 7 years in the making. You feel me?
What year was that when Big Bro and them came out?
Big Bro, that was 89. 89. Him
89?
and Prozac. Yeah, him and Prozac. And he go by the name of Prozac. At the time, it was Captain Crunch. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
him and Cool Breeze, they was doing their thing in high school, just talent shows, winning talent shows, and then they was able to get discovered by Cameron Paul, who was the director at KIU at the time. And so he managed them, you know what I mean, and brought them to Tandem Records, got them their first deal, and they was able to get radio placement just from that avenue right there. So they was able to break out.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. I didn't even know that. The first rappers out of EPA.
First ones, yeah. Talent shows with Hammer. Talent shows. You know what I'm saying, with Digital Underground. You know what I mean. Just they just all just trying to get there. You feel me?
Yeah.
And going to Gavin conventions and just networking. And
the Gavin. I know about.
Yeah.
They don't know about that, bro. They wasn't there, big baby.
Yeah, they wasn't at all. You know what I mean? And so, just everybody was there, just hungry, trying to get it, and it just fueled a lot of the competition. Not that nobody was competing with each other, but it all fueled each other's, drive to just, why they was really doing it. So, they laid the ground where, you know what I mean? They laid the pavement for the whole EPA Menlo Park. I'm from Menlo Park, but I represent Menlo Park and East Palo Alto. And, we got Chunk, Totally Insane. Later on, Never Legal. We got Mac and AK. They was the first group to go gold. They was on a soundtrack, Nothing to Lose. With Martin Lawrence and Tim Robbins, you know what I mean? So they had a song with Matt Moore called Way Too Saucy. So, we had some, some spurts here and there, some good activity with the music, but we became real. The notoriety that went around wasn't based on the music aspect. You dig what I'm saying? It was a lot of political activity in these streets. You know what I'm saying? So we became real infamous for that. But now we got football stars in the league. Shout out to Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One of the leading wide receivers in the NFL. You know what I mean? So we trying to change the reputation slowly but surely. We lost too many as it is. You know what I mean? So we trying to gain. We trying to continue with the culture that's still left, even though a lot of gentrification is happening at this time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Facebook, Instagram is it? They headquarters is in my backyard now. So just trying to intermingle with them instead of speaking against the gentrification. Why not blend in? I mean, we all listen to music. They listen to rap like they smoke weed. They do what we
Right.
do. You know what I'm
They
saying?
do.
You know, they
They
just
got
having a good time.
commercials and ads that need our music, that need our ingenuity, all that. You know what I'm saying? And why not, like you said, incorporate ourselves and try to, you know what I mean, get up in there like we're
Yeah,
supposed to.
why not? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? We need a piece of that too. You know what I mean? But, you know, let's work together. You know what I mean? So we can make that dream work like Martin Luther King was talking about back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you think, that, like the stigma that you was talking about, brother, what people picture EPA as, or the political part? How do you think that affects the psyche of the community? You know what I mean? Like, you know, people say something like, you know, the capital or whatever, and you know, I can see how people could be like, yeah, we this, or we could live up to that, or you know what I'm saying? How do you think that affects the community when they put that on the community? Any city, because you know, it's a lot of cities around the world that have had that title. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do you think
Right.
it
Right.
affects the people?
It affects it with slight hesitation, you know, when it comes to certain things like events or, you know,
Mm.
oh, Cydal from EPA. Ooh, okay. Who he bringing with him? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And, you know, once they get to meet me and they see I'm more a well-rounded person where, you know, I like to get along and bring a mixed crowd or whatnot. And,
yeah,
you know, I try to, we try, EPA people like to have fun too. You know what I mean? You know, so
straight like that.
people get the misconception that it's just all animal and beast, but you know, it's just people that's misunderstood. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
you know, a lot of times, a lot of people, you know, from my area don't get out and mingle with other neighborhoods and other
Yeah,
bosses and tycoons like yourself. You know what I mean? You know, but
hmm,
they don't realize, you know what I mean? A handshake and a what's happening go a long way. But like, it's been a lot of stuff going on with the political stuff over the years that make people be a little bit more tribal from where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? But
hmm,
we just want to get money too. That's it. You feel me?
yeah,
So, you know, and I always been like, man, I'm finna go up the freeway. I'm finna cross that bridge.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
straight
You
up.
know, I was young, going to parties, bolo. I wasn't thinking about nobody politics. I was going in the middle, a lot of Frisco wars. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Going to these clubs, these Mission Rocks, and
yeah,
I was just trying to get in.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I was solo bolo by myself, you know what I mean? And that's where that song concept came from, you know, the song that I
yeah,
got out now, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because I would go to the club solo. I didn't need no
yeah,
thing or nothing. I just, as long as I had a blessing, a little bit of prayer, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And half a
yeah,
joint and half a tank. I was gonna
yeah.
get there. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Real.
So,
That's real talk. Yeah,
yeah. You know what I mean? And then you go to
yeah.
Frisco. Oh, I know some niggas at EPA. I got a cousin out there.
Oh,
My uncle did some
top.
time with a nigga
Yeah,
out there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? You know, we all got a lot of things in common. So, you know what I mean? I always never been afraid to network and get out there and mix and
yeah,
mingle a little bit. So I'm trying to be, I'm not the only one that do it. You know, we got hood stars, you know, they out there doing it real international, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying, with the sticky icky brand and everything. So they got a lot of nationwide and international ties
Mm-hmm.
too. So it's not in Prozac, you know, he out here making beats for Snoop and Too Short and
Yeah.
40. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we trying to change that reputation and you know, we extending that open hand and letting everybody know, hey, we're a part of the movement too. We trying to be down too, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? You know, don't leave us out the shout outs, man. You know what I'm
Straight
saying?
up.
You know?
Straight up.
Yeah.
Man,
You know
listen,
what I'm saying?
I got family in EPA too, so we used to go to family reunions. So I got real family from EPA. But also, I used to go to with Nut. He'd take us to picnics, you know what I mean? And, you know, back when you were younger, you hear like the murder capital or some old, you know what I mean? You might be there. Man, anytime I ever went to EPA, well, it was always a blast. It was always love. It was
Right.
always, you know what I mean? Family
Right.
oriented. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Right.
of course, it's a small community, small area, but it was always love when I ever went to EPA. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
you know what I mean? And when I used to go chill with my family cousins down there, we used to be all around EPA. I loved it. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's
Right.
super,
Right.
super extra beautiful. You know what I'm talking about? And extra love. You dig?
Right, right, right. And I always got a lot of good personality from my Frisco players. You know what I'm saying? They was,
Yeah,
you know, real upbeat. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And
yeah,
you know what I
straight
mean?
like
So,
that.
yeah. So I definitely absorbed the energy. You feel me over the years, and you know, it's a blessing, man. You know what I mean? We can continue doing this and sharing this game. You know what I'm saying? Because we done seen a lot, been through a
Yeah,
lot. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, we just trying to change the narrative for the whole Bay
straight up.
Area so we can make this an
Yeah,
international. staple,
Straight
like it
like
always
that,
was.
bro. Straight like that.
Yeah.
How you come up with the name, bro? And what's the meaning?
So first name, when I was just bullshitting with, like around 14, you know what I mean? I was just calling myself Jay Swift because my middle name is Joshua.
Okay.
So I call myself Jay Swift. Jay Swift turned into Mr. Swift the Cydal.
Okay.
Mr. Swift the Cydal, just meaning cool but crazy because
Yeah.
I got, both
Yeah.
sides. You dig what I'm saying? And that was too long to pronounce. Me and bro was on the phone one day, you know what I mean? We was just like, man, that's too long, man. You need to go ahead and cut that short. So we just came up with King Cydal, So me and Big Bro, we was on the phone just bouncing ideas, and that's what came of it. And that was in the process of me creating that first album. So like it was a lot of changes that went. Even the name of the title of the album was The Come Up, and that
Okay.
became Your Block's Host. So it was a
Mm.
lot of evolving going on, a lot of learning going on, a lot of self-learning going on.
Yeah.
Why was I doing this? I came from a basketball background. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I really wanted to hoop. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I was over there at St. Francis trying to ball. They went on ahead and gave me the Timberland up out of there after the first semester. First semester. You know what I'm saying? They
You
gave me
only
the
made it to the
Timberland
first
boot.
semester, bro?
Yeah, barely, man. You know what I mean? They said, hey, man, this guy, he might not want it. You know what I mean? They was giving me the chance, but,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I kind of treated them more of an option at the time. And there was a lot going on. Parents was going through some things at the time. You know what I mean? So, um, you know, uh, so I got kicked out of there, ended up at another high school in EPA that was new at the time called Eastside High School. They
Mm-hmm.
gave me the Timberland too. And
Mm.
then, and so I ended up at Woodside. So that's where I ended up, getting this. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I just had to buckle up, you know what I mean? I had to put hoops to the side, and get them grades going if I really wanted to walk that stage. And in the midst of me doing that and taking the hiatus from the hoop thing, I just started rapping. And I
Yeah.
started doing my brother's lyrics, reciting his lyrics, taking two tapes and dubbing vocals over, you know what I mean, making my own,
Yeah.
rapping into the headphone and learning to rap like that. And then which transitioned into me writing a rap with my cousin Tater Unexpected at 16. We did two songs. My brother took those two songs to Sean T, and Sean T started my first album with the first 6 beats purchased. Yeah.
What year was that?
That was '02 when that transition was made, when it was like, okay, we're gonna do this album. Me
Mm.
and Big Bro, he said, I'm gonna go ahead, I want you to, if you're gonna take this serious, let's make this happen all the way. But it's gonna be a protocol, So he
Yeah.
gave me people to study, told me to study them East Coast rappers, study those lyricists, don't just keep it, only your area.
Yeah.
Do it for the world.
Who was
So he
some of
taught
those
me
artists,
all
bro?
these,
Who was some of
huh?
those artists?
He would bring up artists like a Fat Joe, to bring that gritty New York, you know what I'm saying, mixed with of course, Pac and but he always told me to like also, incorporate a lot of East Coast,
Yeah.
like Jadakiss,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the power of not having to say a lot, but to say powerful stuff, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And you know what I mean? So when I started, I was trying to just more or less show that I could rhyme. You know what I mean? I can get from A to B
Yeah.
and rhyme that. You know what I'm saying? But through the years, I had to progress in rhyming and making sense. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Having some substance between that A and that B.
Right.
Why did A get to B? You know what I
Mm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Explaining, the how of it. And so now that it's starting to make sense, but yeah, it was a lot of training, a lot of writing that went on. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I said, a lot of rap that went in that BFI can, you know,
Straight up.
to get to that point, and like I said, that first album took 7 years, bro. That was you just seeing artists coming out left and right, artists your
Yeah.
age dropping left and right, and you just like, man, what's going on? You feel me?
Yeah.
But it came out, and it got a real good reception, and it made its way all the way to Japan. Um,
Is that right?
yeah, I sold a couple copies out there. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
what's up.
it got
That's
out there.
good.
It got out
Yeah.
there with no videos,
Now,
just word of mouth, and me just getting it out the trunk. So I was definitely
grind.
with that CD. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, grinding. Yeah, yeah, they walked me out the flea market with that one. I said, yeah, yeah. I went up in there. I got a table, sold nothing. I started walking around the next week, hitting them left and right, left and right, left and right. I did it so long, I got escorted with at least 5 security up out of there. I was cleaning up, you know.
Yeah.
They said, "Nah,
They was
you want
like, yeah,
to sell
we
some?
ain't getting no cut of this. You got to get up out of here, champ.
No cut, no cut, good brother." Yeah, but I mean, you know, yeah, that was a process, man. You know, just trying to convince somebody that don't know you that you want to, you know, you
Yeah.
got a dream. You trying to sell the CD, and you know, some people really bought into it and held on to them things. You know what I mean? Some people till this day say, I remember getting your CD in Santa Cruz, or you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
you know, some people held on to them, but you know, just having that, taking that time with it, you know,
Mm-hmm.
made it into what it was, man. You know, and I didn't understand it, you know, with the impatience of me wanting to come out right away,
Yeah.
but I'm glad I'm glad it took the time that it took. I'm glad it's still taking the time that it's taking to manifest. You know, a lot of you
Yeah.
can't just stick something. You can't stick a there's certain things you can't stick in the oven for 10 minutes and it's gonna come out how you want. You know what
Right.
I mean? You might have to roast it, you know what I mean, and really marinate
Straight
it.
like that.
You have to marinate it alone a day before you eat it.
Come on.
You know what I'm
Talk
saying?
to him, champ.
Yeah,
Talk to
yeah, yeah.
him, champ.
If you're talking food language, you dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just I'm appreciative of the grind. I'm appreciative of it. I had to learn to love it, transfer the love that I have from basketball and the passion, and transfer it into why I want to do this rap shit. And I feel like I discovered my purpose with
That's a beautiful
all that
thing,
being
bro.
said.
Because sometimes we get so caught up in the purpose of something else that we don't know how to transfer the energy. You know what I'm saying? And the disappointment from the love that you have for something, or the time, or the aspirations you have from it. You know what I mean? You can't see nothing else. You blinded. You know what I'm saying? You can't see nothing else working out good for you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? People who was probably talented in other aspects of the area, but never went after them because this right here didn't work, and they thought this was the world. You know what I'm saying, Brody? Like, you
Right,
know what I mean?
right,
Keeping that,
right,
but because that, I know I love that. Like you said, I love basketball too, but somehow I always had music and rap over here, and I can honestly say I never really took it serious. You know what I mean? It was just something that was always accessible to me. You know what I mean? To be honest, I
right,
had all these rappers from my neighborhood, and you know, they was my brothers, and it was just like, Juan, you gonna rap? And it was like, okay. And then I seen a sticker up here, a sticker everywhere. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And they're like, Juan, I see your name. I'm like, wait a minute, okay. I got a verse. I got a 16. You know what I'm saying, bro?
One
Yeah,
time.
yeah, I got a 16. I wasn't even trying to do no album like that. I didn't never really want to be a rapper. I knew I had talent, but you know what I'm saying? But to
Right,
be able to take that focus, like you said, from one love and turn it to something else, you know what I mean, bro? That's a beautiful thing, and it's gonna pay off, like you said, and to enjoy the actual process. You know what I'm saying,
right.
Brody?
Right. You know, just getting it done and why you getting it done. You know what I mean? And you know, because when you get it done, then you got to get it done again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And then after a series of getting it done so many times is when you get labeled that legend. You know what I'm
there you
saying?
go.
So you know, so I got a lot of work to do. I'm on my second win with this album. Cydal says the first
Yeah.
album came out in '08, yeah, 2008. You know what I mean? '07, '08. You feel me? It was done in '07, but I pressed it in '08. And
Mm-hmm.
so, you know, from that to now I did a lot of mixtapes, but those didn't come out. So, you
Yeah.
know, those are hard to find. So I'm gonna have to find a way to re-release it. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of those in between projects, but those wasn't albums. Um,
Yeah.
so I finally did my second project with the homie Young Chop. We did a project called Tacos and Pupusas. Then I
Okay.
collaborated with a couple of homies from my area. Shout out to B Jada. We did an album called One of Them Ones that dropped
Mm-hmm.
about a year or two ago. You know what I'm saying? We did that through the COVID. You feel me? And then I did my album with the homie Mac Toe. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they both, you know, some generals about the area that been doing their thing. You feel me? So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Shout out to BJ to Mac Toe. You know what I'm saying? And the Mac Toe album is called Half on a Nina. You feel me? With
Mm.
some fire production on that thing. You feel me? So um, you know, but that, you know, like I said, from '08 to when me and Chop linked up in 2017, you know, that's quite a gap from working on a project. You dig what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
Yeah.
so I was able to just, I stayed polished throughout, the whole hiatus periods or whenever I wasn't dropping an album. But coming out with those projects really got me warmed up and ready to come out with this next wave of material that I'm getting ready to release.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, this is gonna be nothing but game laced. You know what I mean? Good
Yeah.
production. You know what I'm saying? A lot of experience going into this creativity
There you
that I'm about to
go.
display for the people. So I'm looking forward to that. You know what I mean? Be Legit got his new album, Throw Block Music 2. I'm on 2 songs on there, 2 hooks on
Man.
there. You know what I mean? Blessed to make that. You know what I mean? To make that cut. And also going to be appearing on the Block Movement compilation on a couple tracks, you know what I mean, with a track in particular produced by the Mechanics. So I can't
When is
wait for
that
y'all
coming
to
out?
hear that.
When is that coming?
Right after the Bila, we're gonna drop the Bila probably within the next 2 months. It's pretty much getting mastered right now as we speak. So shout out to Mike Denton and shout out to Jay Dream, for putting that together. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And everybody that had a hand in production, you know what I mean, all across the country. We even got Young Dolph and Boozy on there. You know
Man.
what I mean? So it's about to get real legendary. You
Yeah.
dig what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, so just been cooking, you know what I mean, been quiet, you know what I mean, but I had to go ahead and release that information, you know what I mean, exclusively, you know what I mean, on
Talk
the
to him, champ.
KIU. You dig
Yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Come
You know what I
on,
mean?
big baby.
Yeah. So while y'all getting ready to watch the game, you know what I'm saying, or while y'all gonna run that back, you know what I mean, y'all heard it here first.
Come on, man. While y'all trying to go watch the game, we out here already giving game champions. You hear me?
That part, you know.
Who did
So
the last project? Who was the distributed through?
I distributed through Empire. Got a
Okay.
long relationship with the boy Ghazi, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ghazi and Empire Distribution and everybody, the whole staff or whatnot. We go back to that first album. I happened to be a young employee working at Fry's at the time. I was 19 years old. And I had MySpace I'm over here lethargic, man. Let me give me a little water, man. I'm over here off this 420, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me
Yeah,
go
do your
ahead and
thing, champ.
let
You
me
know what I'm
go ahead and
saying?
hydrate, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? They know what we doing. They know what we about.
Yeah. So me and Ghazi, we go back, you know what I mean, all the way to that time because I seen him on a lot of my homies' Instagram pages at the time. MySpace
Yeah.
pages. So I had recognized his face. I seen him come in my department. I'm like, you Ghazi? He's like, how do you know? From there,
Mm.
I came to his studio. He gave my record to Rick Lee, mixed and mastered my first track called Bass and Wide. He mastered, I think, you know what I mean? But I think he mixed and mastered it, if I'm not mistaken. I
Mm.
recorded it with John Jordan, and then Ghazi mixed and mastered it and gave it to Rick Lee. That started a relationship with Rick Lee and the radio thing. And
Yeah.
so a lot of things spawned from going to Ghazi's studio. He mixed and
Mm.
mastered half of my first album, Your Block's Host. And
Okay.
so from years later, I hadn't talked to him quite some time, and my cousin was managing me. Shout out to Shutter Shade CEO Todd Wilkerson.
Mm.
He was managing me at the time, and he reached out, because he seen that. Remember the white girl mob was doing their thing.
Yeah.
They had the Creation. She had a big song at the time that went platinum. So he reached out to the distribution of that song
Mm-hmm.
and said, "Hey, how can we get King Cydal, a situation?" And the response was, "Tell King Cydal I am Empire. This is Ghazi."
Mm.
You know what I mean? So I was like, "Oh, I didn't know he had it." You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
this was about 2011, and I've been distributing my music ever since. But I haven't put out a project, a full length project. I just released singles from that
Okay.
time until now. And then when I dropped that project with Young Chop,
Mm-hmm.
so my first project on Empire Distribution was that Cydal Says, the one
Okay.
that just dropped.
Okay.
And so I got a couple more videos dropping on there. Shout out to Cydaline, Wichita, Kansas.
Yeah.
Shout out to Golden 995 up out of Akron, Ohio. We got some production. DJ Nakar, he produced some hot shit on there. So I mixed up the production. On my first album, I did about 80%, maybe 90%, because we ended up keeping two Sean T beats on that. I
Yeah.
did the whole production on the first album. on this one, I spread it out a little bit. I only did one track on there, and then the rest I just spread it out to production. Even for the next project, I got Tone Capone, who produced.
Yeah.
I Got Five on
Mm-hmm.
it. He got 2 tracks on my next project with Willie Hen on that thing. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we mixing it up, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I am gonna get back into production, so I will be producing my projects real soon. I'm just
Okay.
mixing it up, trying different sounds, expanding.
Straight like that. What's the name of the new project, the next project?
The name of the next project is I'm having a blank moment. It's uh Man, what is the name of the next project? The name of the next project, it'll come to me. Give me 5 seconds, good
It's
brother.
all good. What's the ruler squad? Tell them what the ruler squad is.
The ruler squad, it stands for Royal Unified Leadership that everyone rules. You know what I mean? You might have to turn it backwards. You know what I'm saying? I'll have to flip it over one time so y'all can see it real. That R stands for the Royal, U
Okay.
stands for Unified, L stands for Leadership, E stands for Everybody, and R stands for Rule. You know what I mean? So, and right now, I feel like in my career, I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of my movie. I'm still like in the beginning of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got a lot of scenes evolving. A lot of stuff that I see is not even scripted, but the way it's appearing is like a movie. The conversations I have with people, you know what I mean? The relationships I've been able to establish.
Mm.
To me, it's a story within itself.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm gonna call my next project the Royal Cinema. So
Mm.
you know what I mean? So I was just building that up for you, you know what I'm saying? So I could describe why. I just wanted to describe why. You dig what I'm saying?
Talk
And
to me, champ.
what's the purpose of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, just what's the purpose of that? And but yeah, the Royal Cinema, man, you know what I mean? Just y'all have a seat, get your popcorn ready. It's a movie.
Now, straight like that.
It's a
Uh,
movie, man. You know what I
it,
mean? And you got a movie as well. You know what I mean? We all watching that as well. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and I like the way, you know what I mean, you're dialoguing, you know what I mean, these people through life.
yeah.
You feel me? You know what I mean? It's like the game is to be sold, not to be told, but the fact that you lacing them, even just the spoonful of it, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? A daily dose of it, they need that, bro. You know what I'm saying? We done heard everything else the last 10, 15 years, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we love the music, we love everything that we've been hearing, but we need to get back to that real ism that the Bay is known for. You know what I'm
Straight up.
saying? Ain't nothing wrong showing your brother some love, popping a collar. You know what I'm saying? I see you, champ. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Congrats, champ. You know what I mean? Good
Straight
job.
up.
We don't compliment each other like we used to.
And then that
We need to get back
and
to
that's the actual culture that we come from. That's the real cloth that we come from. You know what I mean? Saluting others. You know what I mean? Put animosity. We don't even breathe and motivate. We only live around that type of energy. You know what I mean? The real cloth that we cut from. Like you said, we got to stray a little bit. You know what I mean, bro? But you know what I mean?
right.
I'm just trying to do my part. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still learning, like you said. You know what I mean? I'm a student every day. I'm learning from those around me, those older than me, those younger than me. You know what I mean? But I know that I got some good game from real solid ones. You know what I mean? So at least I can do is pass it forward. You know what I mean? They gave it to me to
Right.
help me make it this far. You know what I'm saying, bro? So I'm gonna give it to somebody else, whether they want it or not. You know what I mean? That's on them, but I'm for sure gonna give it to them.
Well, I for sure receive it. You know what I mean? And I appreciate your wisdom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And continue to do so, good brother. You know what I'm saying? You definitely got the nation watching you, especially when I seen Wallow reposted that real ism. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Game recognized game. And I mean, we got one out here too. You feel
yeah.
me? You know what I mean?
Salute,
So
bro. Salute, champ.
continue, good
Salute,
brother. You
champion.
feel me?
Yeah, straight like that. I
Yeah,
appreciate it, bro. You know,
yeah, Kings got to keep each other's crown sharpened out here, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
for real.
to you youngsters out there, there's nothing wrong with letting the next man know he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of that transition
Yeah,
into, you a dick riding, a groupie. You know what I mean? It's a
yeah,
rarity to show that love. You know what I mean? Everybody isolated. We've been separated with COVID. So to even acknowledge the next man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, today's compliment is a bip.
Yeah.
You know, today's compliment is a chain off. It ain't no "I see you, champ." It's "I see you,
Yeah.
champ." You know,
Straight up.
you know what I'm
Straight
saying?
up, bro.
You
Yeah.
know,
That's how they show you they admire you. That's how they show you they like what you got going on. You know what I'm talking about? They attack you. You know what I mean?
yeah, we gotta reverse that. We gotta reverse the love. You know what I'm saying? Just say you see him playing, keep it moving. You know what I mean? Use that as that motivation to go to the club and get you through. You know what I mean? Get you flying. Hey, I'm coming harder than Champ did last week. You know what
Come
I mean?
on, man. I
That's
see
the
that
mentality.
candy. I'm coming candy harder next week. I love
That's
you. We back to back. I don't want to take yours. I'm coming, champ. I see
I'm
you. You
coming.
know?
You know what I mean? I heard somebody say today, it's not my season. It might
Yeah.
not be my season right now. That's not to say they don't know though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Regardless of what happened with the Warriors tonight, the world still know. Don't
Come
act
on, champ.
you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody gets
Yeah.
blessed at different times. You dig what I'm saying? But don't act like you
Hey,
don't
listen,
know.
I used to break it down to my partners, right? In terms of women and females, I'm like, listen, bro, you can't get mad because she didn't pick you out of all of us or out of all of them, right? She just
Right,
might like dudes with high tops. She might like somebody with braids. You ain't her flavor, champ, but don't get offended. You understand
right,
me? You know what I'm
right,
talking about?
right, right,
You
right.
don't know. You don't know what her preference is, bro. It ain't necessarily that you ain't popping, you ain't fresh, you just ain't her flavor, man. You know what I'm
Right,
talking about though? But you can't get offended by that. You know what I'm saying,
right,
champ?
right, right.
Sometimes when we come in a place where we take everything personal, we so sensitive. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying, Brody? It's nothing, man. There's so much for us to do. There's so many options, man. You know what I'm talking about? And when you
Options,
see
man.
another champion, and he doing champion things, he trying to go get his ring, he slam dunking, triple double, and your shot is off, give him the ball, bro. Like,
Y'all
bro,
gonna win the game. Both of y'all
come
gonna
on,
win the
champ.
game.
Come on, champ.
The whole team get the ring. It
Talk to him,
might be one
champion.
trophy. It might be one trophy, but the whole team get the ring.
Come on, man.
And that's what they gotta understand. So don't take my ring while we trying to get this championship, cousin. That's all I'm saying.
my cousin. What do you mean? If San Francisco look good, EPA look good. If EPA look good, Oakland look good. If Oakland look good, Richmond look good. If Richmond look good, Vallejo look good. If we all look good, man, we all look good, champ. You ain't my. How can we look at each other as competition and the rest of the world looking at us all as one place, one region, one? We think, oh, I'm from Frisco. I talk different to somebody from EPL. Man, when they hear us talk, if 5 of us come from all different cities in the Bay and we go to Atlanta somewhere, they're not gonna be like, oh, that's a different Bay lingo, or man, they gonna be like, oh, y'all all from the Bay, huh, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We get
Right.
so caught up in this tribalism and these boundaries that, man, bro, I need to see you shine so I know I can shine. We gonna do this, champ. I need a
We're gonna
teammate. I
shine
need young
together.
teammates, champion.
That
That's
part.
all
That part.
I'm
You know
saying,
what I
Brody.
mean?
You feel me?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we just gotta just be the ones. We just gotta be the ones to just implement these strategies and this real Bay Area-ism, and it's on us to just continue that legacy, man. You know what I mean? So that's all we
Straight
can
up.
do, man. You know what I'm saying? It's either we gonna be the solution or part of the problem,
Man,
and we out here trying to
talk
be the
to me.
royal solution, man. You know,
Talk to
that's
me.
all.
Straight like that.
That's all.
Before I
Yes,
let you
sir.
go, Brody, tell me, did you get to any of them Stanford parties back in the days?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Talk,
Yes, sir.
talk
Yeah,
to him,
yeah,
champ.
yeah, 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 yeah. I wasn't a student, but I was in the building. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I might not have had a backpack, but I was on campus. You dig what I'm saying? You know, I didn't
Yeah.
get Tiger Woods, but I was definitely swinging, like golf. You dig what I'm saying? Just trying to
Talk to me then, champ. Yeah, man.
just
That's
trying to,
definitely, that's
just
definitely.
trying to score as a young man.
Come on, man. And listen, that was a honey hole for any person of our region, but especially from your spot. If you didn't get to experience that, man, you wasn't there, big baby.
He wasn't there, you know what I mean? And even to this day, they have a lot of Black Fest that continue. Every year they have a Black Fest. So on May 6th, if y'all ain't doing nothing, it's a free event. Y'all just got to register for Stanford
Yeah,
Live and go ahead and register. Get
yeah.
your whole family in for free concert. You know what I'm saying? But you might have to go ahead and bring your own water. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you know what I mean? Stay hydrated and come out, enjoy yourself. Come out and come tap in with these Palo Alto people, man. You know what I'm saying? We out here, we extending our hand to everyone. We're
Yeah.
saluting to everyone. You see what I'm saying? Come on, have
Thing
some
like
fun.
that.
Yeah.
Bro,
You
tell
know?
them where to find you, tell them where to find all the music, everything. And after you do that, I'm going to give them a Bealer story, you know what I mean, before we let them go.
Let's do that. It's King_Cydal, KING_CYDAL. You can also follow that Ruler Squad, RULERSQUAD. Follow Block Movement Records. Follow Be Legit 72. Follow Gummy Alert. You know, me and the Queen, Chef Shell,
Yeah.
we have a page called Gummy Alert. You know, so if y'all want some food options or whatnot, we're not here to slander anyone's business or whatnot. We just gonna keep it real with everybody and just let them know, you know, where we like to eat. You know, so shout out to Chef Shell, Gummy Alert. Follow that, and then we also got Gummy Flavors. So follow Gummy Flavors for those that know. You dig what I'm saying? So we just tapped in on all fronts. And be looking out for that Bila album and the Bila Brands. He just got a new page. Follow that new Be Legit. You know what I mean? If y'all into the cannabis, it's 420. Follow that Bila.brands with a Z at the end. You dig what I'm saying? And you're going to be tapped in and right on in that thing. You know what I mean? But I
Feeling like
definitely want
that.
to hear that. I definitely need to hear that story with the good brother. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and share that one time.
Hey, this for the block movement. This my dog King side of it for Uncle Beeler for sure, man. You know what I mean? Because it wouldn't be
Okay.
right if we didn't make sure he got included and got his just due, you know what I mean, in this story. Because, you know what I mean, he for sure was a part of bringing this together indirectly, directly, and all the shit, you know what I'm saying? So,
Hey, he was
uh,
there, big
he,
baby. He was there.
hey, listen, he was there, baby. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, so one time I called Uncle Beeler, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this in the midst of when my neighborhood and we was going through a lot of complications and shit. So I called Uncle Beeler really to get out of the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So I
Right,
could
right,
tuck myself and just be out the way because you know he having some sad and old. This place is where I was kind of a little bit more comfortable. You know what I mean? Back here.
right,
So this so
right.
happened. I hit Uncle and this night they down there at Barnaville at the club in Frisco.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Uncle like,
I,
nephew,
I was
where you at?
there.
I'm
I was
like,
there, big
shit,
baby.
I'm over here. Come on. He tell me come meet him or whatever. I jump out the car and hop in with him, and we go to Big A house. And he with Richie Rich. So it's me, Uncle Bila, Big A, and Richie Rich. You know what I mean? I'm a bystander. These Bay Area legends. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Bila
Right,
got. I'm
right,
like, you know what I mean? He with Rich. We have a Big A. You know what I mean? So we get down to the spot or whatever.
right.
Anybody who know Uncle Bila, he is aloof, the aloof Buddha. You know what I'm talking about? If he ain't gonna leave you at the club if you roll with him, but if he roll with you, he ain't gonna tell you he leaving. He just gonna go home and you just be looking around like, damn, Uncle, I don't want to leave him, and he already gone.
Yeah,
Anybody who know Uncle,
a shoulder tap would
what?
do something.
Uncle's a aloof Buddha, so you be thinking like, so. So I'm in here, Uncle left. So now it's about to close. You feel me? We roll with Richie Rich. Shout out to Uncle Richie Rich, baby. So Richie Rich and Big A, they ain't never met me in their life, right? Even though Big A is from Frisco, your legend, I'm a youngster, man, and all the
Right,
beef in the world. I'm at
right,
Barnabas. I shouldn't even be at the club right now, but I'm Uncle
right.
B. I know I'm out of bounds. I walk up and Rich and Big A talking. They're like, Bila left. He like, what? Like, yeah. He like, well, shit, I'm about to leave. He said, well, what about the youngster? He said, man, I don't even know him. They talking to each other, Richie and Big A. He said, I don't even know him. And I walked up, right? And Richie Rich said, I don't know you, nephew. was like, I know. But after he looked at me and said, I know, it was a funny moment because they was talking. I walked up, right? But after that, me and Rich jumped in his Escalade. Uncle Rich gave me a ride to my car at Hunters Point. He jumped out the Escalade and held me there, Usalama, until I got to my touch spot and pulled that stick out and made sure I was safe. We way in Hunters Point, and you know what I mean? And Uncle Rich is a solid one, man, and Uncle Bila a solid one, man. That was just a good story that my uncles took me out of the town, man, but they helped me then like they always do. So I had to throw that in there, man.
Legendary, legendary. They wasn't gonna let you not make it home. You know what I'm
You
saying? And
feel me? Off top, always. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Always.
that
You dig?
big bro business right there. You know what I'm saying? B had something to handle. You know
Off
B.
top.
You know what I'm saying?
Off
Yeah.
top. He
So,
always gonna leave you in good
but
hands, man.
right. But yeah, it was all love. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And we made it home and made it here to tell the story. You know what I'm saying?
Come
So,
on, man.
ga-
My Uncle Billy
recreation.
always gave me game. He always give me insight. It's always intellectual conversations. It ain't never nothing about nothing negative, doing nothing stupid. You know what I'm saying? He always and he admires sharpening his tools. So when he see that you're intellectual or he see that you got a hand on your shoulders, he gonna embrace you and he gonna activate you. You know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
always appreciate that about Uncle. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Right. Right, man. You know what I'm saying? And with that connection, man, this definitely can't be the last one. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up, bro.
We gotta
Straight up.
definitely exchange some
You're
more
part of the
convo.
KIU alumni now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay. I'm locked
Straight
in,
like
you know
that.
what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all gonna be seeing me again then, you know what I'm
Come
saying? We
on,
just gonna go
man.
ahead and come with another date and let y'all know when we back, you know what I mean? Just
Straight
hear me.
like
It's
that.
good, cousin. I
Straight.
got you. You know
I
what I'm
appreciate you so much, champ. Keep doing what you're doing, daddy, yo.
saying? And I appreciate you having me on your platform, good brother. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it again real soon.
Straight like that, man.
Yeah. Man, Menlo to Frisco all day.
All
Let's get it.
top, every day, all day. We locked in, KIU alumni, ruler squad, champ.
Yeah, let's get it, man. Tap in with your family, man. Let's get it.
Salute.
100.